A parasocial relationship is when someone forms a deep emotional connection with a person who doesn't even know they exist. And sometimes that connection can turn into something much darker, because a delusion is defined as a fixed false belief that directly conflicts with reality. A belief so strong that nothing can convince the person it isn't real. And the woman in today's story might be one of the strangest examples of this on TikTok. Her name is Lauren Ambrose. Lauren is a 31-year-old disabled woman from Wisconsin who spends most of her time on TikTok. At first glance, her page seems normal, just a middle-aged woman making videos and going live. But once you start watching her live streams, you begin to notice a completely different side of her.
Parker, did you get jealous with all these guys I was hanging around with? You seem jealous. I'm not Delulu.
Around 2024, Lauren developed an intense obsession with a TikTok creator named Parker. Parker Lanosa is a typical TikTok influencer from Florida who posts thirst traps, skits, and story times. Basically, your average TikTok guy. But to Lauren, Parker wasn't just another creator. She was completely in love with him.
After we had dinner at fucking Komodo, Joey had us waiting outside the VIP section at 11, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Are you 10 minutes? And guess what? No VIP. I was recently diagnosed with this like thing called BBS syndrome, which is crazy because you get it when you either have like tattoos or like light eyes and like long hair and stuff like that. Usually, typically, if you wear like a backwards hat.
Lauren constantly made duet videos with Parker and talked about him during her live streams. And that's when trolls online noticed what was happening. People started creating fake Parker accounts and joining Lauren's live streams, pretending to be him. And Lauren believed it.
You just wilding out.
I just like guys with muscles, and you're the one that has muscles, just like Parker. You and Parker both have muscles. I like that in a guy.
Okay. Wisconsin. Appreciate the cap.
Parker's here. Parker's in my live right now.
Anna, you know ain't no season over there in Wisconsin.
Parker said I'm back, baby. Yeah.
Parker on your live. Hey, Parker.
The one that's number one.
That's not the real Parker. I know I'm friends with the real Parker. The real Parker. We friends on my twin page. On my twin account, we friends. Like, we used to battle each other back in a couple years ago, but he blew up. Me and my twin, we took a break.
It could be a secret account.
I don't know. But I know his official account. We friends on it. We friends on the official account.
Parker, do you remember him? You used to battle with him before.
That's not the real Parker. Don't get catfish. Don't get catfish now.
He said yes.
That's not the real Parker. Who are you talking to right now?
Yes, it is. Yeah, so, Parker, do you want to exchange phone numbers so we can talk? You can message me your phone number on TikTok, and I'll message you mine.
Even when people in the chat tried telling her the accounts were fake, she refused to listen. She insisted that she actually knew the real Parker and that they had spoken before. At one point, she even asked one of these fake accounts if they wanted to exchange phone numbers so they could talk privately. But the situation got worse.
Besides, I've already packed my suitcase, guys. Literally packed my suitcase. It's definitely all ready to go. I already found a cheap airline ticket for $600. So I'll be there for a week. And what are you going to do in Florida? I'm going to go visit my man. That's what I'm going to do.
Eventually, Lauren packed her suitcase and announced on TikTok Live that she was flying to Florida to meet Parker. She said she had already bought a plane ticket and would stay there for a week. According to Lauren, Parker was going to pick her up at the airport. The problem was, Parker had no idea any of this was happening. While Lauren was being driven to the airport by her grandmother, things started falling apart. Her grandmother was skeptical about the whole situation and tried warning Lauren that the account she was talking to was most likely a troll. But Lauren refused to believe it and started yelling at her grandmother in the car.
My phone, Grandma. I have Reddit on my phone. It's the Reddit is the Lauren Snark page. I already have it on my Reddit.
And do you ever look at it?
Yes, I do. I do look at it.
People are making fun of you on it.
I already know that. Don't like. Why do you keep saying that people are making fun of me? I already know that. Okay? Can you stop repeating that?
Why? And so they're waiting to see you arrive in Florida, and have nothing hands.
Her grandmother tried explaining that people online were making fun of her and that she was walking into a trap. But Lauren didn't want to hear it. Eventually the trip was canceled, but the obsession didn't stop. Parker himself eventually addressed the situation on his own TikTok livestream.
Lauren.
Some weird that people like put me together with a girl that I never even talked to a day in my damn life. And like it's so weird. You guys think it's funny. Like you guys are laughing in the chat. It's so weird, bro.
Why are you letting it get to you?
Because, bro, they're flooding my chat. Oh, you guys are going.
Lauren is flying out to you tomorrow, they said. Lauren is flying to you tomorrow.
Dawson in the building. Dawson in the building. Dawson, I appreciate it. She's coming to visit you, bro. I already deal with this 4 times. I'm not dealing with this chat.
Lauren's coming to visit you tomorrow? The redhead girl?
Can my mod put airport, Lauren, or anything? Mute that word. Fuck, bro. Allison, I'm tired of it. No, it's been too much. It's honestly sad, bro. No, you guys know what you're doing. I feel bad for her because she's a disabled girl and you guys are egging it on, laughing at her, and the people behind it are sick as. Because you guys are making fun of a disabled girl.
Well, maybe you should talk to Lauren.
I already did. I already talked this. It's been going on for over a year. But the people that are doing that are so weird and disgusting. For you guys to even laugh at that, disgusting. To egg on someone who's disabled. That's not funny. And I hope you guys. There's a special place in hell for people like you guys to do that. It's not funny.
He explained that he had never spoken to Lauren in his life, and that trolls were pretending to be him just to mess with her. He even said he felt bad for her because people were encouraging the delusion instead of stopping it. But even after all of this, Lauren kept talking about Parker. She even created an AI-generated picture of her and Parker together and used it as her TikTok profile picture. And Parker wasn't the only person affected by Lauren's obsession. Her relationships were also a mess. One of the guys she dated, named Antoine, lasted barely a week. During one live stream, Lauren literally admitted that she liked Parker more than her own boyfriend.
They both like Parker more than each other.
Mine too. Thank you.
You like each other?
Yeah, but we like Parker more than each other.
Oh.
New TikTok.
But like right now, what is he doing? Because if he's out and about, or if it can't be him. I'm not trying to save that either.
No.
I don't want you to message him. You better not message that account, because we know.
Oh, I'm messaging that account.
Message that account.
I'm going to message that account.
And you're gonna say what?
I'm going to say hi, future husband.
Eventually, she broke up with Antoine for the fake Parker account, only to realize later that it was a troll. 2 days later, she tried getting back together with Antoine and admitted she had fallen for a fake Parker.
Yeah, Antoine.
What?
I kind of want to get back together with you. I actually did fall for a fake Parker. That wasn't the real Parker. If you want to get back together with me, you can.
But Antoine just sat there in silence, and the pattern continued. In another live stream, Lauren talked about a new guy she had started dating. She believed they were already in a relationship because he called her babe on the phone once. The next day, the guy completely ghosted her, and Lauren appeared on live crying about it. She also tried asking other TikTok creators out during live streams, including one creator named Jake, who looked visibly uncomfortable while she kept insisting they should go on a date.
Hey Jake, maybe sometime me and you could go out.
I tried to defend you, Eli. What is this?
No, I know. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke too soon.
What was that? What was
I
that?
said I spoke too
Melanie,
soon.
enough. Guys, what's going on? Haley, get over here and run some points on it.
Natanya said kick rocks.
I think these are your two biggest.
I hope both sides of your pillow was warm.
Becca, I asked Jake if he wanted to go out with me, and he said yes.
Where are you?
Guys, double tap. Guys, we can't lose right now. Let's go. 3 people, 3 roses. Let's go.
Guys, go.
Ricardo, we need your help, bro. Logan, definitely Andrew Garfield. 100%.
Loves it.
Jake, some of my people didn't hear you when you confirmed the date.
Yeah, we're all gonna go out and hang out and shit.
Okay.
Right.
Mel is my icon. Oh, Lord.
You should come to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's where I live.
Wait, where's Wisconsin again? That's like East Coast-ish, right?
Learn your geography. Step it up. Let's go.
No, it's in the Midwest.
It's in the middle? Oh,
Guys, Lauren
Here
is
in
looking
Michigan.
right now.
Like right near Lake Michigan.
got you. Oh, Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
I'm trying, Alex. I'm trying. Ricardo, help, please.
Is Ricardo in this?
I think this is hilarious. They're losing to us. I love it.
It became clear that most of the people interacting with her weren't taking it seriously. They were laughing, encouraging it, and watching the chaos unfold. And that's the disturbing part about this entire story. Yes, Lauren clearly lives in a delusional fantasy surrounding Parker. But a huge part of the situation was fueled by trolls who kept pretending to be him just to see her reaction. Parker himself even called it out, saying it was disgusting that people were encouraging a disabled woman's delusion for entertainment. But despite everything that has happened, Lauren's obsession with Parker hasn't stopped. To this day, she still talks about him online and still seems convinced their connection is real. And with the internet continuing to feed the situation, there's a good chance this story isn't over yet. Did you find this unsettling already? Then brace yourself for what you're about to see next. A TikTok creator named Luis Balderas uploaded a video on June 27, 2025, where he gives viewers a tour of his workplace. But judging by what happens in the footage, the building might not be as empty as it seems. At the start of the clip, Louis walks through the halls for about a minute and a half, showing how quiet and deserted the place is. The creaking sounds of the floor and the low lighting already make the environment feel uneasy. But roughly 20 seconds later, something strange happens.
Me están temblando las piernas para subir. No, no mames. Algo se está moviendo ahí arriba. No mames. No mames, no mames, no mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No manches. No mames. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso? No mames.
A t-shirt suddenly gets thrown across the room as if something invisible pushed it. No one appears to be nearby, and the movement happens so quickly that it immediately raises questions.
Miren aquí desde. No mames, no mames, no mames. ¿Qué fue eso?
Not long after that, another unexplained moment occurs. From somewhere upstairs, an object suddenly drops to the floor. The noise echoes loudly through the empty building, clearly catching Luis off guard.
No mames, no mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No, no manches.
Then comes the moment that makes the clip especially disturbing. A metal or aluminum plate shifts, and for a split second, what looks like a dark figure appears to peek from around the corner before disappearing again. It's brief, but noticeable enough to make Luis panic. That's when he quickly runs toward the exit, and the video ends right there. The way everything unfolds almost feels like a scene from a found footage horror movie. It starts with small, unsettling details before building up to what looks like a possible apparition. Of course, some viewers believe there could be normal explanations. Maybe someone moved the objects off camera, or perhaps lighting and shadows created the illusion of a figure. But the timing of the events and Luis's reaction make the footage difficult to dismiss entirely. Whether it was staged, edited, or something genuinely strange, one thing is certain. That night at work is probably something Luis won't forget anytime soon. And something that also won't be forgotten anytime soon is the case in this next terrifying video. Take a look. On TikTok, there exists a strange trend where parents give their daughters a purity ring. For those unfamiliar, a purity ring is a promise that the person wearing it will remain sexually pure until marriage. In most cases, this happens at church events when the child is a teenager. But one video appeared online that made thousands of people extremely uncomfortable. In the video, a father named Patrick gets down on one knee and presents a purity ring to his daughter Sarah, like a marriage proposal. The problem was that Sarah wasn't a teenager. She was 20 years old.
I am about to give Sarah a purity ring, but I'm going to do it in a very special way. I am actually going to make it look like a marriage proposal. Now don't get the wrong idea, it's not a marriage proposal. You're 20 years old.
Duh.
And most kids your age are not pure. Have not remained pure.
Sad but true.
Well, I want to thank you for remaining pure.
Okay.
Okay? I want to give you something.
What?
I want to give you something.
Okay.
Okay?
What are you doing? What? What is this?
Okay. This ring will remain on your left ring finger until the day your husband puts another ring there in its place.
Okay.
As a sign that you will remain pure.
The video was posted on a TikTok account called Just a Dad and His Ladybug, which was later renamed to the Dad and Daughter Dream Team. And almost immediately, the video went viral. Many viewers felt something about the situation seemed off. Some said the proposal-style purity ring felt possessive. Others pointed out that Sarah lived at home and appeared extremely dependent on her father. As Patrick and Sarah continued posting dance trends and lip-sync videos together, the comments questioning their relationship only grew stronger. Patrick eventually responded to the criticism, saying people were reading too much into it and that he was simply trying to be a good father.
This is just the latest in a long line of comments that are saying stuff like this, and I want to thank you all so much for the love, and I love y'all guys too. I try to be a good dad, and the fact that people are saying I'm a good dad is really nice to hear. But really, it's easy with Sarah. We're almost exactly the same, so we work well together. And I want to thank you all for the great comments. I know there's still some comments out there that are saying, "Oh, this is a little off," or "blink 3 times if whatever." I don't care. These aren't going to affect us. They're not going to affect this channel. We're going to still bring you the dance trends that you love. We're going to still bring you the lip syncs that you love. So follow us and watch us grow and watch this channel just blow up.
This type of video addressing negative comments would be far from the last posted to the Dad and Daughter Dream Team account. And it wouldn't just be Patrick filming these videos. Soon, Sarah would step in front of the camera to address viewer concerns.
So me and my family are out hiking right now, and we saw this comment and had to respond. But this is the last time I'm responding to comments like these. I post all the videos. I read every comment that you guys post. No, I don't need help. I'm perfectly fine. This is my father. We're doing dance trends and other trends on TikTok. There's absolutely nothing going on here. I don't need help. I'm fine. So just Please stop commenting this stuff. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm perfectly safe.
Sarah saying she was perfectly safe and that nothing inappropriate was happening. But the response only made people more suspicious. Viewers began noticing strange details in their videos. Patrick often stood extremely close to Sarah, sometimes placing his hands on her neck or shoulders while she looked visibly uncomfortable.
Sarah, and this is my dad, Patrick.
We love to dance together.
And lip sync.
And get a little crazy sometimes.
Well, you do that normally.
You call me crazy?
If the shoe fits.
True. Anyway, we want to share that love with all of you.
In this upload in particular, Sarah is hovering over a bucket of water. Patrick keeps his hand on the back of her neck and even strokes her head from time to time.
Sorry, it's just getting warmed up here.
In other clips, the two lip-synced romantic love songs while staring into each other's eyes, almost like a couple rather than a father and daughter. The comments only got worse as their account grew. Eventually, the TikTok page was mass reported and removed for inappropriate content. But that wasn't the end of the story. Around the same time, a Reddit community called Dad and Daughter Snark began investigating the situation. Members started uncovering strange connections between Patrick and Sarah, and several accounts posting adult content online. One of those accounts belonged to an AI persona named Ariella Brigman, who posted explicit images. The account followed almost nobody except Patrick and Sarah.
And finally, there's a rumor going around that my dad and I created an AI that made spicy content on OnlyFans. Their whole basis for this accusation is that this AI posted a song. I saw it on TikTok and I liked it, so I made a lip sync. I also followed the account in case they posted more music I liked. Excuse me for liking an AI song, but that does not prove that we were behind the account. As for the spicy content they allegedly posted, we would never post content like that. Hell, we don't even know how to use AI like that. The most we've done with AI is get a few name ideas for characters in our book. Well, there you go. I finally addressed what everyone wanted me to address. Thank you for boosting our account by nearly 600 followers in a single day. We do appreciate it so very much.
Even stranger, the AI account promoted a book titled Firebound Harmony. When people searched for the book, they discovered it had been written by Patrick and Sarah themselves. Shortly after Reddit users pointed out the connection, the Ariella accounts were suddenly deleted. But the investigation didn't stop there. Another account was discovered on a website called Literotica, a site used for publishing erotic stories. The account was named Babe for Dad, and among the stories posted, there were disturbing themes involving fathers and daughters. Reddit users believed the account might be connected to one of Patrick's emails. And once again, shortly after people began linking the account to Patrick, it disappeared. While all of this was happening, Patrick and Sarah denied everything. Sarah claimed they didn't even know how to use AI and said the accusations were completely false. But people quickly noticed something strange. The cover of the book they published appeared to be clearly generated using AI, which made the explanation seem questionable at best. As the controversy continued to grow, Patrick's wife, Teresa, eventually appeared in a video defending her family. She said Patrick was a kind man who would never harm anyone and accused the internet of attacking her husband and daughter unfairly.
Hi everyone. I asked Sarah if I could use her channel to make this video. I've stayed quiet for a while now. I've watched the internet attack my daughter and my husband, and it's really pissing me off, but I stayed quiet. I am done staying quiet. What the hell is wrong with you people? I had to write a script to get this out so it doesn't seem so jumbled, and it doesn't help that I'm downright pissed off. My husband is the sweetest and kindest man. He would never hurt a fly, let alone his family. Come on, guys. If you ever met him and actually knew him, you would think so too. Now, because I choose not to be on camera, everybody thinks I'm forced not to be on camera. Bitch, nobody forces me to do anything. I don't like to be on camera a lot. Just because I'm a kind and caring person and have a sweet personality, it doesn't mean that I'm pushover or mentally delayed. As you can see, I have a tough side. If you mess with my family, you'll see more of it than you want to.
But even this video raised suspicion because viewers noticed she appeared to be reading from a script placed behind the camera. Despite all the explanations, viewers continued pointing out the uncomfortable body language between Patrick and Sarah in their videos.
God level incredible.
I'm not that good. Alright guys, so that's it. So try this out for yourself. It's actually really good.
Yep.
So, yes, until next time.
In several clips, Sarah appeared visibly annoyed or uneasy when her father touched her, but she never openly told him to stop.
So, we're always hugging, holding hands, touching. This is the way our family operates. Now, a lot of people have said, I don't see you touch your wife like that much, or your son. Well, that's because they're not on camera all the time. We are.
Yeah.
I assure you that during the course of the day, I hug Hunter several times, my wife quite a lot. We are a family that loves to hug and touch and hold hands. I hold hands with my wife. I hold hands with Hunter. She does
I
too.
hold hands with Hunter. I hold hands with Mom. I hold hands with him.
This is how our family dynamic is. And honestly, the fact that so many people find it weird, it may be to you. And if that's your family dynamic, then fine. Some people said, I don't hold my dad's hand. Well, that's your business.
That's your choice. That's how we show our affection.
Eventually, the backlash became too much. In 2025, the dad and daughter Dream Team account returned briefly, but the criticism immediately started again. Not long after, Sarah announced that they would stop making videos together entirely. She explained that the rumors were becoming overwhelming and that it was best if she continued creating content on her own.
Well, guys, here I am. I'm sorry to say, but the Dream Team is gone. We just couldn't post content together anymore knowing how people saw it, especially with the latest bull they're trying to spread. All the rumors are false, but there's nothing I can do. People are going to believe it, and I can't stop them, so we're done creating content together. So, welcome to the new me. I'm going to fly solo from now on. Don't get me wrong, I still love my dad. He will always be my best friend and biggest fan, but I think flying on my own is best. So from now on, you'll only see me. I can't stop because I love creating videos, and honestly, I don't want to give these haters total victory. I'm gonna do some fun videos coming up, maybe not daily at first, but I'll get back to that. Give me a little time to get prepared. I hope everyone can be happy just seeing me and leave the rest of my family out of it because they're just not interested in dealing with it anymore. This will be a place for fun and entertainment, never any negativity.
This video, as viewers have described, shows Sarah in a new light. She appears to be much more upbeat and comfortable than she's appeared in a long time. Not too long after this upload, some big changes would take place in Sarah's life. She would move out of her parents' house and begin her journey as an independent adult. She still posts content on the regular, but without her family. As for Patrick, I have found no updates regarding whether or not he is still active on TikTok or any other social media accounts. To my knowledge, he has yet to directly address his involvement regarding the Babe for Dad Literatica account. The conclusion of this story leaves a lot of questions to be answered. Was the relationship between Patrick and Sarah actually inappropriate? Or was it simply an extremely unusual father-daughter dynamic that the internet misunderstood? Some people believe the situation falls under something called covert incest, a dynamic where a parent treats their child more like an emotional partner than a child. Whether that was happening here or not is impossible to say for certain. But what is clear is that the closeness between Patrick and Sarah made thousands of people deeply uncomfortable. And while the internet may never know the full truth, the mystery surrounding this TikTok family is still one of the strangest stories to come out of the platform. But there are even more disturbing things that can be found on TikTok, like in this next case. Earlier this year, on January 11th, a woman uploaded a TikTok about a doll her younger sister had received for Christmas. The doll's name was Valeria. According to the video, the toy is battery-powered and designed to sing songs, say pre-recorded phrases, and even respond to simple questions from the person playing with it. At first, everything about the doll seemed normal, just another interactive toy. But while testing its voice lines, the girl discovered one audio clip that sounded very different from the rest. Instead of a playful sound effect, the doll suddenly played what sounded like a real baby crying in extreme distress. The recording included loud wailing, what sounded like coughing or choking, and even moments where the baby seemed to be desperately crying for its mother. Compared to the doll's otherwise cheerful phrases, the clip felt incredibly unsettling and out of place. The video quickly gained attention online, with thousands of viewers trying to figure out where the disturbing audio could have come from. Tracking down the toy's origin turned out to be surprisingly difficult. Only a few small resellers online seemed to mention the doll, mostly accounts from Peru, and none of them clearly listed the actual manufacturer. However, several people in the comments claimed they owned the same doll and confirmed that theirs played the exact same sound. Because of this, many viewers began sharing theories about the origin of the recording. Some suggested it might be taken from a disturbing viral video known as Miss Pac-Man, while others speculated it could come from far darker sources. But there isn't any real evidence supporting those claims. A more realistic explanation is that the manufacturer simply used a stock recording of a crying baby. When played through the toy's cheap speaker, the audio may have become distorted enough to sound far more disturbing than it was originally intended to be. Even with that explanation, the recording still feels incredibly realistic and unsettling to hear. And since the exact source of the audio, and even the company that produced the doll, remains unknown, the mystery behind the Valeria doll continues to creep people out online, and the same goes for this next unsettling story. This might be one of the creepiest home healthcare stories I've heard on TikTok. This woman works in home healthcare, meaning she stays overnight at clients' houses and takes care of them for days at a time. Recently, she posted a TikTok talking about what she claims was the most terrifying experience she ever had while doing that job. And honestly, the story shocked me too. So I wanted to show you guys the clip and see what you think. Listen to what she says happened during one of her overnight shifts.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last home healthcare video that I'll be making. I have to double check my book, but around that time I was always writing things down whenever they happen, but I'll have to double check and let you know. So let's get into it. So around this time I was packing a bag about 3 days, sometimes even 2 weeks, and I'll be going to these clients' houses. I was working for this home healthcare company. And so I packed the bag for the 24th, 25th, and 26th of December, and I was at this woman's house. Now, I had already been to her house months before. I had been there consistently for months, and nothing ever happened in her house. So here we are. This is a small house. We're up in the living room and we're dancing. She likes to dance. And so we're up there dancing, having a ball. And I noticed a lot of new decoration. I'm like, oh, you've been decorating? She's like, yeah, the other girl, whenever she's on shift, she helps me decorate. I'm like, cool. The doorbell rings. I go to the doorbell. I go to the door. I open the door and it was my coworker, the woman that she was just talking about. And she brought this chair. And I'm like, you brought a chair? She was like, yeah, it's adding to our decoration. This is something that we like doing together. I'm like, okay, cool. That was sweet. So she brings the chair in. When she brought the chair in, she set it all the way at the end of the hall. And it had this painting that was over it. So I'm like, okay, that's sweet. So we continue our stuff. The lady leaves. We continue dancing. And then the woman wants to get in bed. So I put her in bed. Fast forward to after I put her in bed, I put the motion sensors down just in case she gets up. So the motion sensors started going crazy. And I looked at the camera and she's laying in bed. She's knocked out. So finally I stand up, and when I stand up to go check and peek my head around the corner, there's this dark figure sitting in the chair that my coworker had just brought into the house. Can't make out if it's a man or a woman just yet, but it was a very dark figure, and I heard stomping, but it didn't sound like feet. And then I look over and it has like this cane in its hand, just stomping it on the ground, on the floor. So finally I get up, I run over to my duffel bag, and I get my Bible out, and I get to praying, and it's just sitting there looking at me like, and I said, so you just not gonna go? Like, you just not gonna leave? So then once I started to get aggravated and I started to really like be really forceful with the words from the Bible, that's when it stood up and it walked into the bathroom, and then it walked back out. But when it walked back out the bathroom, it did this high jump in the air. Like, okay, what was that about? After it did that little high jump, that weird thing, it disappeared from in front of me. But I heard the motion sensor, so I walked over to the camera. And when I walked up to the camera, I see his face, yes, it was a he, in the camera, and he's pointing at my client. So, of course, I'm aggravated. I go back there and I flick the lights on. I didn't care if she was asleep. I was just worried because I know you ain't here for her. Not right now. Not right now. So then fast forward, I played it off to the woman like, oh, do you have to use the bathroom? I'm so sorry that I flicked the light on like that. And so she's like, oh, no, I'm okay. So she lays back down. Once I go back out to the living room, I get to praying. I get to like drawing crosses over all the doors, over all the windows. But next thing you know, I feel something walk behind me. And when I felt it, I turned around and he's right here in my face, like right here in my face. I almost dropped to the floor, y'all, but I couldn't do it because then he'd be thinking that he had one up on me. So that entire night, he would just randomly pop up in my face. He would randomly pop up on the sofa, or he would be sitting in that chair that my coworker brought. Now, this is the scariest part. The scariest part is the fact that right after he left up out of my client's room, I could hear her gasping for air like she needed me. And so I ran in there and I sat her up on the edge of the bed and I'm like, are you okay? And she said that she said, I'm not ready to go yet. I'm not ready to go. Now, all this time, she's never talked like this. And so I'm just like, you ain't got to go yet if you don't want to. I think what made me more nervous about it is the fact that it was a dark figure that came to collect her. At that point, I was just like, do you want to pray with me? We had never prayed together before, but in that moment, she wanted to pray. So we prayed, right? So fast forward to while we're praying, he just sat down. Like, I wait. So I think that scared me too, because what has this woman done in her life that is so terrible to have a dark figure come to collect her and take her somewhere, and not even a prayer can stop it, can stop her from going with him. Now, here's the even scarier part. I got a feeling to look outside. So I went ahead and I looked out the window. And when I looked out the window, there were two other dark figures standing on the sidewalk. That scared the crap out of me, because I know y'all better just be here for her. So I hear knocking on the door. Of course, I'm not answering it because I just looked out the window. I saw y'all out there. I'm not opening the door. And so the woman, she starts getting hysterical and she is like really going crazy. I'd never seen her like this before. And so do y'all know, like probably not even 24 hours after I left, that woman passed away. She passed away, and in my head, I felt so bad, but in my head, I was thinking like, oh my God, this family gonna think I'm the Grim Reaper.
According to her, this all happened during a normal overnight shift, and less than 24 hours after she left the house. The woman she was caring for passed away. Now, I don't know what to think about this one. Was it stress, sleep deprivation, or something her mind created in the moment? Or did she actually experience something paranormal that night? What do you guys think this was? Could something like this actually be real? And have any of you ever experienced something similar? Let me know your thoughts on this one, and let's move on to this next case. Daniel Larson's story didn't begin as a massive internet scandal. It started in 2020 when he created a TikTok account and began documenting his daily life online. He posted almost everything: his thoughts, frustrations, and personal struggles, without much filtering or structure. At first, viewers assumed he was simply another small creator trying to gain attention. But over time, it became clear that his content was very different. Daniel often talked about his health issues, difficult situations in his life, and his dream of becoming a famous musician. His videos were unpredictable and sometimes confusing, which strangely attracted more viewers. People began sharing clips of his posts out of curiosity, and the attention around him quickly grew. As this happened, Daniel's online identity slowly started blending with his sense of reality. Daniel had a difficult upbringing that included instability and time spent in programs for young people dealing with emotional challenges. For a while, his life seemed more stable while living with his grandmother, who helped provide support and routine. But after she passed away, that stability disappeared. Without that structure, Daniel became increasingly vulnerable to the influence of people online. As his TikTok following grew, many viewers interacted with him, but not always with good intentions. Some people pretended to be music managers, record labels, or other industry professionals. Daniel often trusted these accounts, believing they were helping him build a career. In reality, many of them were trolls encouraging him to say or do embarrassing things. Around the same time, his live streams began showing more emotional breakdowns. Daniel would accuse people of targeting him, claim he was under attack, or react to situations that viewers couldn't see. Some of these moments quickly went viral, turning personal crises into online entertainment. His real-life situation also became increasingly unstable. Daniel moved between different housing arrangements and sometimes stayed with caretakers who tried to help him maintain structure. But conflicts often followed, and many of these situations ended after arguments that he sometimes recorded and posted online. Eventually, he experienced periods of homelessness, documenting his life in public places like restaurants and transit stations. By 2022 and 2023, his life had become a constant cycle of live streams, public incidents, and confrontations with businesses or authorities after disruptive behavior while filming. After many of these incidents, Daniel would immediately record a video explaining his version of events to viewers. Meanwhile, entire online communities had formed around watching and interacting with him. Some people attempted to help, but others deliberately provoked him using fake identities just to see how he would react. The result was a situation where Daniel's life became an ongoing spectacle shaped by both his struggles and the internet's reaction to them. Even when there were attempts to stabilize his situation, the cycle rarely lasted long. Each new controversy brought more attention, and that attention often led to more instability. Daniel Larson's story ultimately became a troubling example of what can happen when personal struggles collide with the attention-driven environment of social media, where the line between entertainment and exploitation can quickly disappear. Did you find these cases unsettling already? Then brace yourself for this next and last one. On July 1st, 2025, a TikTok user named Emily shared a disturbing clip from one of her late-night DoorDash deliveries. Delivery drivers often run into strange situations, but this one stood out. In the video, Emily walks up to the customer's apartment door. As she approaches, the door slowly opens by itself and no one is visible behind it. She calls out to let the customer know the food has arrived when a voice from inside tells her to come in.
Hello?
Hello?
I have your DoorDash order.
Can you put it on the stool, please?
I'm not really supposed to come into houses.
It's just inside the door.
it doesn't really matter how far it is. I'm not supposed to.
Please, it would make it easier for me.
It's just kind of, can't you just come to the door? It's just kind of a safety hazard for me to come in the house.
No, I can't come to the door. Can you put it on the stool? It's easy, it's just inside.
I'll just leave it here. I'm not allowed to come inside, and I will not come inside.
Come on, it's not hard.
Yeah, no.
Emily immediately refuses, explaining that she isn't allowed to enter a customer's home. The person inside keeps insisting and eventually starts swearing at her as she places the order down and walks away. After the clip spread online, viewers began focusing on a couple of strange details. Some people claimed the voice inside sounded oddly similar to Emily's own voice, which led to speculation about a possible mimic, a creature from folklore said to imitate voices to lure people closer. Others questioned why she had already been recording before reaching the door, though Emily later explained that she often films deliveries at night for safety reasons, something many drivers do. Skeptics also offered more realistic explanations. Some believe it was simply someone trying to trick her into stepping inside, while others suspect the video could have been staged. Still, the combination of the door opening on its own, the strange voice, and the aggressive demands makes the clip feel genuinely unsettling. That's all for today, folks. If you want to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.